Hello students, welcome to a new video about calculus of my channel of YouTube, Physics with Argeo. Today we are going to solve this integral. So let's start. The integral of 1 divided by x squared multiplying the square root of 1 plus x squared dx. So let's observe this number. 1 plus x squared is equal to x squared plus 1 squared. In this case, let's use this method. B squared plus a squared is equal to, implies that b is equal to a multiplying the tangent of theta. So, this implies that x is equal to 1 multiplying the tangent of u. So, the tangent inverse of x is equal to u, and the derivative of u with respect to x is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus x squared. But x is equal to the tangent of u, so x squared is equal to the tangent squared of u. And 1 plus the tangent squared of u is equal to the secant squared of u. So this is equal to 1 divided by the secant squared of u. Now I have to write these numbers here. So this is equal to the integral of 1 divided by x squared is equal to the tangent squared of u, because x is equal to the tangent of u, multiplying the square root of 1 plus x squared, which is equal to the tangent squared of u, multiplying the x, and the x is equal to the secant squared of u du. So this number appears here. This is equal to the integral of the secant squared of u du divided by the tangent squared of u multiplying the square root of this number. But 1 plus the tangent squared of u is equal to the secant squared of u. This is equal to the integral of the secant squared of u divided by the tangent squared of u multiplying the square root of the secant squared of u is equal to the secant of u du. This is equal to the integral of the secant squared of u divided by the secant of u is equal to the secant of u divided by the tangent squared of u. All this number multiplied by du. Now, this is equal to the integral of the secant of u is equal to 1 divided by the cosine of u. And this number divided by the tangent squared of u. But the tangent squared of u is equal to the sine squared of u divided by the cosine squared of u du. Now, let's multiply the numerator of the numerator by the denominator of the denominator and write it in the numerator. So 1 multiplying the cosine squared of u is equal to the cosine squared of u divided by, in this denominator must appear the product of the denominator of the numerator multiplied by the numerator of the denominator. So cosine of u multiplying the sine squared of u du. This is equal to the cosine squared of u divided by the cosine of u is equal to the cosine of u, and this number divided by the sine squared of u du. Now let's use this method, substitution. So b is equal equal to the sine of u. The derivative of b with respect to u is equal to the cosine of u. So du is equal to db over cosine of u. So this is equal to the integral of cosine of u divided by the sine squared of u is equal to b squared, because the sine of u is equal to b multiplied by du, but du is equal to db over cosine of u. This is equal to the integral of db over b squared, because cosine of u divided by the cosine of u is equal to 1. So this is equal to the integral of b raised to the power of negative 2 db. This is equal to b raised to the power of negative 1 over negative 1, and this is equal to negative b raised to the power of negative 1, and this is equal to negative 1 divided by b, but b is equal to the sine of u. So this is equal to negative 1 divided by the sine of u, and the sine of u is equal to the sine of the tangent inverse of x, because u is equal to the tangent inverse of x. Now, the tangent inverse of x means that the opposite side of this triangle must be x and the adjacent side must be 1, because the tangent is equal to the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. And this is x over 1, which is equal to x. So the tangent of this angle is x. Then the sine of this angle is, the sine is equal to the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. So the sine of this angle is x divided by the square root of x squared plus 1. So this is equal to negative 1 divided by, open parenthesis, x divided by the square root of x squared plus 1, close parenthesis. This is equal to negative the square root of x squared plus 1 divided by x plus the constant of integration c. Now I have to check it. So I have to derive this expression. So the derivative with respect to x of, open parenthesis, negative the square root of x squared plus 1 divided by x plus the constant of integration c, closed parenthesis, is equal to the next. The derivative of this polynomial is going to be the derivative of each monomial. So the derivative with respect to the square root of x squared plus 1 divided by x negative is equal to negative the derivative with respect to x of, open parenthesis, this number, the square root of x squared plus 1 divided by x, closed parenthesis, plus the derivative with respect to x of the constant of integration c. This is equal to negative, open parenthesis. So the derivative of this quotient is equal to the derivative with respect to x of the numerator, which is equal to the square root of x squared plus 1, closed parenthesis, multiplied by the denominator, x, minus the derivative with respect to x of the denominator, which is equal to x, multiplied by the numerator, which is equal to the square root of x squared plus 1, divided by the denominator squared, so x squared, plus 0, and 0 because the derivative with respect to x of a constant is equal to 0. So this is equal to negative, open parentheses. The derivative with respect to x of the square root of x squared plus 1 is equal to 1/2 multiplying, open parentheses, x squared plus 1, closed parentheses, raised to the power of the square root of this number means that this number is raised to the power of 1/2. And to derive this is 1/2 minus 1, which is equal to negative 1/2. Multiplying the derivative with respect to x of the number inside the parentheses, x squared plus 1. All this number multiplied by x minus the derivative with respect to x of x is equal to dx, multiplying the square root of x squared plus 1. All this number or polynomial divided by x squared, closed parentheses. This is equal to negative, open parentheses. 1 divided by 2, but x squared plus 1 raised to the power of negative 1/2 is equal to 1 divided by the square root of x squared plus 1, multiplied by this derivative. The derivative with respect to x of x squared plus 1 is equal to 2x dx. All this number multiplied by x minus the square root of x squared plus 1 dx. All this polynomial divided by x squared, closed parentheses. This is equal to negative, open parentheses. So 1/2 multiplying 2 is equal to 1. So x dx multiplying x is equal to x squared dx over the square root of x squared plus 1 minus the square root of x squared plus 1 divided by 1 dx divided by x squared, closed parentheses. So negative multiplying this numerator is equal to, open parentheses, the square root of x squared plus 1 divided by 1 minus x squared divided by the square root of x squared plus 1, and this polynomial divided by x squared, closed parentheses, dx. This is equal to the product of this root multiplied by itself is equal to the number inside the root. So the square root of x squared plus 1 multiplying the square root of x squared plus 1 is equal to x squared plus 1 minus 1 multiplying x squared, and all this number divided by 1 multiplying the square root of x squared plus 1, and this polynomial divided by x squared divided by 1, closed parentheses, dx. This is equal to x squared plus 1 minus x squared divided by x squared multiplying the square root of x squared plus 1 dx. This is equal to x squared minus x squared is equal to 0. So 1 divided by x squared multiplying the square root of x squared plus 1 dx. This is equal to 1 divided by the x squared multiplying the square root of 1 plus x squared dx. So this number is the derivative of this number, which is the integral of this. So they are equal. This means that this exercise is correct. So students, thank you for your attention. Remember, study a lot.